Hello everyone, welcome back to Dishonored 2. This is Azariah the Lurking Wolf, and we are at the Addermire Institute trying to figure out where Dr. Alexandria Hypatia is so that we can ask her what the Crown Killer is, who the Crown Killer is, and where they are located. Last time we cleared out some guards from here. We got Hypatia's office. Dr. Alexandria Hypatia won't be working from her office today. She'll be in the recuperation auditorium instead, which is locked. She's not to be disturbed. If anything urgent comes up, I'll leave Dr. Hypatia's key in her office. Another thing, the janitor Hamilton is to remain in disease treatment until I interrogate him and decide on his fate. We've got him locked up in the little plant conservatory there. No one is allowed to speak with him or even enter that room. Captain Ramirez. Alright, trying to find Dr. Hypatia's key. Cronin grapes. It just happens to be inside her office, so let's get in here. Alright, now we want to search around the office. Thankfully empty. Got her key. Letter from a journalist, Chief Alchemist Alexandria Hypatia. I am writing because I am not permitted to visit you in person thanks to one of the Duke's new decrees, which now fall on the city as frequently as drops of rain. But I will get to the matter at hand. What is the progress with your research on the latest strain of bloodfly fever? Is there any hope for an improved version of the Addermire solution? I'm talking of a remedy that could cure the fever instead of just delaying the symptoms. Have any of your experiments proven effective? If so, when will something be available to the community? As you must know, available stocks of elixirs are dwindling and people often have to turn to the black market to buy potions at a shocking price. What is your reaction to this situation? Eagerly awaiting your response, Ren Mancini, Karnaka Gazette. Nothing particularly useful in that one. Still can't pick up another health elixir.
Alexandria Hypatia.
Okay, so that's the lady we're looking for. Here's her documentation, I guess. Dr. Hypatia's notebook. I must ask Captain Ramirez if the Grand Palace answered my letter. Improving the Addermire solution formula is a priority, but I want to get back to my patients who need me. Did I even give the captain my letter? Maybe I'll write another. It can't hurt. If I find time, I'll prepare a dose of woodwort powder for Lieutenant Valiente, who came to me spouting some strange theory. I doubt he's slept on a week. Severe anxiety and paranoia might be a danger to himself or others. Alright, so maybe one of the soldiers there. I've had new complaints about poor old Hamilton. Apparently, he spends his nights wandering in the Institute, mumbling about horrible things only he can see. He must miss the days when we were actually helping people here as I do. In any case, our loyal janitor wouldn't hurt a fly. Everyone is on edge these days. I wish I could discuss all this with Vasco, but I haven't seen him in weeks. Is he avoiding me? I hope I didn't hurt his feelings when I told him I needed room to breathe. Alright, so a few different people mentioned there that might be important. We got something hidden behind the books here. Gold ingot. And she is holding back over here. Addermire solution. Good to have.
The blackouts are worse, and my dreams have taken a turn towards the disturbing. Even rest eludes me. Duke Abel seemed overprotective at first, but increasingly, I'm a prisoner in my own lab. The soldiers stationed here leave me alone, but even then I feel like I'm being watched. What really saddens me is the loss of my work. I've always thrived on my connection to the people who need me the most. The workers and their families. Each time I hear there's been an outbreak of some fever or some new condition among the miners, it pains me that I am not with them, working to ease their suffering.
Alright, so she's apparently experiencing blackouts and other symptoms. It's interesting that maybe that someone is drugging her to keep her under while they leave the institute.
Grand Guard personnel.
Janitor's note from Hamilton, Dr. Hypatia. I know you're busy these days with your experiments and all, but since you seem to be in the Duke's good graces, I was thinking maybe you could request extra funding for the old basement. With most of our personnel sacked, I can't deal with the flood, so I just sealed it off for now. That won't do the building any good long term, and anyways, there is still some stuff stored in there, from Addermire's old days. Some of it looks valuable.
Shift change is at midnight. Miss the boat, and you get another shift, without pay.
That's a nice work policy there. So apparently there's some stuff in the basement if we can find a way to get there. Okay, we got a tripwire here. Careful. Let's see if we can grab a crossbow bolt. Can I access this? Apparently not. I thought I saw a prompt. Okay, I need Hamilton's keys. Apparently this is Hamilton's office up here. Seems a bit paranoid trapping things, unless it was somebody else who did it for him. Let's see if there's anything I can see in here. Looks like just reflections. It's difficult to see anything through the door, so... It's interesting. Looks like the elevator kind of stopped at his office, but there's no way in, so... Can't use that. Gotta figure out where Hamilton is and get his key. We do have the recuperation door on our list of places to go. That's where Hypatia is. So hopefully we'll be able to track that down. Let's see here. Okay. Don't see anyone here. Oh, I can get more crossbow bolts. It's actually surprising to me. The weather forecast promises us a nice amount of sunlight tomorrow, so we are encouraged to bring the patients who don't have an appointment for luminotherapy sessions out on the terrace. Use wheelchairs if needed. We only have so many more tanning boxes, and considering how expensive they are, we won't be getting any more anytime soon. Nor will the broken ones be repaired, sorry. So let our patients enjoy some real sunlight instead. Dr. Vasco. Oh, seems like a nice guy. Also, there's a blueprint here. Fire hardening. When you get a blueprint in this game, you need to take it to a black market, and they'll help you use it. I got some things over here we can use. Don't need the jellies. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. Got a book over here. Oh, we have a map. That's good. Bone Charms, excerpt from a book on sailing traditions in Scrimshaw. Bone charms, a sailor's blessing, they say. The carving itself is a practice from long back, passed from salty dogs to young greenhorns still finding their sea legs. In old times, sailors cut into the tusks of ice seals and into the arm-long fangs of the bears that roamed the islets north of Tivia. Once the whaling trade began, the practitioners began engraving the bones of these great beasts, rendering charms that sing in the night and grant some small boon, increasing a lover's vigor or providing defense against pregnancy. A little background on the bone charms. Also, we can see something through the wall over here. Looks like some blood flies. Let's grab this map. Alright. So we are on floor 4, the recuperation room. Down below us, the next floor down, is the dining hall. Number 2 is consultation, and number 1 is where we entered at the docks. Alright. So let's move into recuperation here. First, unlock it. Wow, this looks promising.
It's infested.
No, really. Tell us something we don't know. Wow, I was wondering if I was actually going to hit that one for a little bit. I got some blood amber. Can't get that still. Let's see if there's anything useful. Doesn't look like it. Got a bunch of chloroform bottles that don't particularly do us any good at the moment. Just curious, let me take one of these. Oh, there's a rune in there. Didn't even realize that. Let's chuck this at this, Of course I missed. Well, I drew the blood flies anyway. Let's go back here. Yeah, we got another thing of rum. Let's use it on this hive here. Oh great, I hit the blood flies. Okay. Back off a bit. Well, this isn't quite as efficient, but one other way that you can take out the blood fly nest is... Wow, I am bad today. There we go. It doesn't kill the blood flies, but it does remove the nest, so if you get in and just take them out on your own, then it does work reasonably well. Wow, I almost didn't get that one either. Alright. I did get hurt a little bit, so I can go back here, use one of my health solutions, and just grab this one.
Vanguard personnel, remember, the back dock is restricted to shift changes and watchtower operations.
Okay. Okay, what we're seeing through the wall, this raw whalebone. Good to have. Solarium schedule. Doesn't have too much information. Got some tanning boxes we can open, but dark vision shows nothing in there. Over here, however, we have a bone shard. We have to be careful because there's also a nest. Here. Alright, let's get the bone shard. Undertaker. Move slightly faster while carrying a body. That'll be useful if we're trying to hide things. Alright. We need to back off until we take care of this. There we go. Alright, not exactly the most efficient way of dealing with these pests, but it'll do for now. Let's heal up. Where are you coming from? That little one? Really? Good grief. Alright, I'm just getting out of here. Good grief. Not sure why those things keep attacking me. I thought I was doing a pretty good job of killing them, but apparently not. Alright, so this is the recuperation room. Take a look around. Nothing much up here. But looking down there, Dr. Hypatia working over on a table.
I've gotten something under my fingernails again. What was I working with? Iodine, perhaps?
Reminds me of natural philosophy lessons from Anton and Piero.
Are you a patient of mine? I'm sorry. I should know that.
I'm here to ask you about something.
Do you cover your face because you were hurt? The afflictions we treat here are more common than anyone likes to admit.
I'm not here for treatment. I'm looking for Anton Sokolov.
Sokolov? Yes, he was here for a short time, but she took him away to see Kirin Jindosh. Do you hear something?
What about the Crown Killer? The patient of yours?
The Crown Killer? That name came from the newspapers. I'm afraid I don't... Oh yes, the murders. I was in Dunwall, studying diseases found among whaling crews. Wait, did someone just call me? I've been forgetting things. The Crown Killer is an interesting case. I feel almost sure I could help with that. It's just... I used to do such good work, and now my memory is failing me. Who is that calling me? Excuse me.
She seems a little flighty, not quite all there. Let's check around and see if there's any more information we can get. Some rats.
Something is terribly wrong. But I can't put my finger on it.
Eat some food, get some help. Oh, this is interesting. We have some body parts.
She would say about this.
Got a corrupt bone charm. Let's take a look at this. splintering bolts inflict more damage, but they always break on impact. Well, I don't use many crossbow bolts anyway, so not likely.
You did well finding Anton Sokolov, my friend. The old man is with Kieran Jindosh, who's prying him apart.
From down and away.
Digging out all his secrets. Adding Sokolov's knowledge to his own. Who knows what wonders of natural philosophy Jindosh will reveal in future days.
Killings.
But it's time
So
for
much
you to
blood.
come out once again.
So much meat.
Time to play. We have need for your special talents. The good doctors do for a trip to Dunwall because Ichabod Boyle is next on the
Why
list.
are you so damn timid?
This one messy.
You little
Give
mouse.
the newspaper something to write about and give the people of the Empire fodder for their nightmares.
Alright, somebody is being dealt with here.
Take hold of your...
Sounding more and more suspicious. Sokolov's abduction, dear friend. The dock captain just sent word that he spotted Sokolov. Knows his habits. Says Sokolov buys whale blood off the boats by the gallon to make pigments, apparently. So you seem to share some interest with the old genius, so why don't you go and invite him over like we said? The sooner the better. He's probably staying on a boat in the bay. I trust you'll be able to follow his scent. Keep him safe in Addermire, don't hurt him, or he'll be useless for our plans. If you're hungry, though, the dock captain has served his purpose, and his second-in-command recently did me a favor. Luca. So Duke of Bell is definitely involved in this. Well, that's going to have to be it for us today. Tomorrow, we're going to figure out who is responsible for these killings. Until then, I'll see you later.